Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thanks again so much for joining me here. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Taking a quick look here at ICP, seeing what's going on. We're testing this lower range of this support channel. So if we do end up losing that, there might be a consideration for a reversal. But we want to double check a couple of things. First of all, quickly to note, low $13 range, 13 to 13.50 is a heavy concentration of volume. So if we kind of zoom out, we can see we've got a ton of volume between 13 and 13.50. Okay, right here, right where the price is at right now. It's going to take a lot of volume to get below that. So just keep in mind, should be in pretty good shape here still with this coin. It's holding very strong considering how Bitcoin is behaving right now. But once more, you never want to truly hold on forever depending on the situation if we've broken bearish, but we're going to double check that here today. Cool thing here is we got some new liquidation levels we can look at here on High Block Capital. They added this recently, so thank you again, High Block, for that. And if you're new to the channel, again, welcome aboard. Got a Trading Academy community and signals group if you're curious. Be sure to watch those videos on the website. And just generally speaking, congrats on our community members for some awesome trades here. This is coincidentally, ICP is the only trade we have right now that's in the red. It's a long position. We're averaged at like low $14 range. So I'm getting the question, hey, should we hold on to this? The short answer is yes, just based on that volume support. But once again, we need to double check a few things. Good news is we've hedged a lot of our longs with some shorts, so we're fine. But generally speaking, that's how the market reacts to situations like this, right? But I would say ICP is performing quite well considering the overall sense. Let's talk about that. So first of all, we got 1546 as the most recent high. Effectively, that's the liquidation level we see the most. Okay? That's heaviest concentration in the next, over the last 7 days of trading. Okay? So simply to put here, to make it really simple, we got this $13. If we lose 13, we could see the price run towards 11 or 12. That's a possibility. I think that's a lower probability at this point, but once again, we'll double check. Liquidation, though, again, 1550 is that level. That's right exactly where we have our take profit target. Okay, so we're taking a long basically from the low 14s to 15.5. Having said that, that's a heavy concentration of liquidation. We got a lot more liquidation above the price than below the price. Okay, it doesn't mean the price is going to move in that direction because of it. It just implies that that's something we want to be mindful of. And at this point here, you can see this support level. It's been retested about 5 times in the last 6 hours, roughly. So again, that's not fantastic or phenomenal, but this is range-bound trading, folks. That's exactly how it works. So let's double-check the daily time frame and go from there. So looking at note, daily time frame, we're going to just verify a couple of key factors here. We should still be above the 20-day SMA, right there, smack dab in the bottom. Okay, so that's right there at this end of this channel. I would say we close below the 1370 range today. It may be cause for considering to either close a position early or averaging down effectively. But it all depends on Bitcoin, right, folks? If Bitcoin continues to drop, ICP will as well. Even though it's a very strong coin right now, it's still, you can only test something so long, right? We've retested this level 4 times now and the upper level 4 times as well. So we're literally retesting this range equal amounts top to bottom. Okay, we got a lot more support below us than above us, so that's a good sign. And that's definitely positive. So let's look here at the traditional indicators here. We can see RSI holding right at 50. Losing RSI at 50 today would be bad. No other way around it. That's that same level we're at right now, 1370. So closing at 1370 or higher today, I think, is a really important thing. Stochastic swinging down pretty hard. We can see MACD also trying to diverge, which it technically is. Okay, so we're diverging here too. So these are not bullish signs by any stretch, but again, the moving averages kind of weigh that out, if you will. Okay, so it's kind of somewhat of a break even on the daily. When I see that, I generally don't like to take trades. Okay, so having said that, on the 4-hour time frame, we're under 50 on the RSI here. We have been for about 24 hours now as a rough estimate, so that's typically a bearish sign. Same thing with money flow index being above the RSI. That's typically considered a bullish sign because we have money flowing in as the RSI drops, really just implying that we're going to get a stronger bounce if the price does end up recovering. Again, emphasis on the word if. I think we should wait for today's candlestick to close, but generally speaking here at this point, we can see we're retesting that lower level here of the simple moving average 200, and that's right about 1350. So if we close at 1350 or lower, definitely a disadvantageous sign. But once more, I think we're still a little premature at this point. Again, a lot of it hinges on Bitcoin. And if Bitcoin closes below what's 71K today, which is looking probable, it retested about 69.5, then we're in a position where the price action should and could continue lower for ICP. Okay, so I'd say pay attention to Bitcoin if that is the case. If you don't like how that feels right now, go ahead and consider closing your position. It's a pretty minimal loss in my personal opinion. Again, 1420 down to 1360 or 1370, that's maybe 3.5–4%. It's not terrible. Again, we're using low leverage, low position size, so it shouldn't break the bank. And once more, again, we took 3 healthy shorts here recently that completely offset this. So sometimes you just kind of have to hedge your longs with your shorts in some markets. Obviously, you want to be careful doing that. You don't want to take bidirectional trades too often. But if you trade with confirmation, which we have been doing, your probability of success is higher. Okay. And Ichimoku cloud here kind of letting us know that we are confirming below the cloud, lag and spans free and clear, and the conversion lines below the baseline. These are all bearish signs. Okay. Now, are these bearish signs to take a short position right now? Not quite. I personally would rather wait for the price to come up here, this point of control about 1420, to consider a short if you were to. Coincidentally, that's right there at our break-even spot for our long. So if you were to consider closing, I would say closing closer to this fib level here at about 1420 would be an appropriate place to close, zero out your trade, or consider a short of that position if we have more confluence at that time. Right now, generally speaking, we see bearish signs on the hourly and the 4-hour, and Bitcoin is also exuding similar behavior. So, deductive reasoning tells me it would be maybe advantageous to consider closing your short, closing your long here if you have one, but also recognize too, we're maintaining above this support level here that has been a trend line for a little while. Okay. So again, if we close above or below that level, to me, that kind of tells us a lot. So I think closure above 1370 and we're good. Closure below and we're not. Really simple way to understand it. But you do got to recognize we got a ton of volume at that 13 to 1350 range. And if that kind of volume being in that range leads me to believe that we're going to see a pretty strong bounce off that range too, which is exactly where our stop loss is in the $12 range too, so that we can kind of survive that retest of that support. So once more, me personally, I'm not worried about the trade just because we've hedged our long with a lot of shorts, but more importantly, it hasn't given us full confirmation that we need to be worried yet, just based on that volume support. Again, point of control, that's an important thing for me. So I think at this point, it is bearish. There's no other way around it. Okay? It's just a matter of what your risk tolerance looks like as to how you should operate in this current condition. Okay? If you are stressed out to the max right now because your ICP trades in the red, then I think you probably should be changing your amount of leverage and or the position size you're using. That's probably too high. I'm not concerned with this because, again, there's a lot of reasons why the price should recover, but I'm not going to sugarcoat it. There's more bearish divergences here than there are positive confirming factors. You don't take trades off just support levels, right? But the truth is these support levels are fairly strong, and we got to give them a chance to hold. That's kind of where we're at too. All right, hopefully that made sense. I hope it wasn't a circular explanation, because again, at the end of the day here, there are bearish divergences here, so there's no other way around it. Okay? But I would say, depending on how Bitcoin behaves, we'll pretty much conclude how ICP recovers. All we need is Bitcoin to maintain 70,000, and I think we'll be in pretty good shape to see ICP recover. But closing sub 70,000 for Bitcoin would probably cause this price action to continue lower. All right, I hope I explained that correctly. In future reference, ICP is going to be tradable on Bitunix tomorrow. I got confirmation from our representative, so be sure to use them. Link down below. No KYC or VPN required. Make sure you also register for this event. If we don't get 30 people to register, it's not going to happen. So come on, folks. Get in there, just hit register. It'll be easy money for you. You don't have to change a thing. You just continue doing what you do normally. And that is be good, safe, successful traders. Congrats again to our community members for some awesome profits this month. Quick little heads up here. But Ocean short 42%, Filecoin short 25%, Injective long 76, AVAX 82, and Fetchcoin 34% short. So shorts have been pretty nice here lately. Looking forward to working with you. If you want to come on over. Have a good rest of your day. Thanks again for your time. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.